So you have been a volunteer for 3 years in the Bronson Elementary. Are you ready for a quick review? We want to start off by saying thanks for helping in the previous years and please continue. We truly appreciate our volunteers helping out with the many activities that go on in our elementary classrooms. Most appreciative for many of the field trips that we have chaperones for. There's so many ways you can help, and over the years maybe you've done some of these different things, and there's other additional things that you could be helpful with too. And thank you for helping. To make sure that we maintain our ability to volunteer in our school district, we have some safety things that we do. One is annually we ask that you fill out the volunteer application form, and then from that we do an iChat background check for security reasons. We're also asking now on every 3 years that you watch this very short video. It lasts about 6 minutes or so, and then do a very short 4-question quiz and one survey question. And you're doing these things right now. We also like for you to let us know when you are available to help us. So you're part of the team, and most of the things we're going to go over are common sense. You've heard them before, but we're just going over them again to make sure that we have a very good volunteer working relationship with our volunteers, and our kids are always safe, and what we do is very constructive and helpful to the learning environment. We ask that you check in when you arrive in the buildings and sign in, and we have a sign-in sheet and for students, but also parents can use this too. And also sometimes we may issue a name tag, and if you get one of those, please return them and sign out when you're done. Sometimes plans change, so if something happens and you cannot help with the volunteering, please call the school as soon as possible so we let the teacher know so they can make different plans. Here are some things we make sure we never do as volunteers. We don't ever give medication to a child, and we don't ever release a child to anyone else. These are responsibilities of the teacher and the school office. So as a volunteer or chaperone field trip, you never do these things. Also, we ask that you please dress appropriately for the volunteering or chaperoning. Try to follow the students' dress code that we set good examples for them to follow. And then also, we'd love for you to be an angel, but we know we're not really angels. But we do want to model good behavior for our students. So please display very good behavior and modeling for our students so they will follow us. Never really leave the discipline to the teacher. But that's not to say that, if you're chaperone on a field trip, maybe you need to use that mom or dad voice and say, stop it right now, and in a firm voice. But then as far as giving them the big lecture or whatever, really work with the teacher on that. So that we want to keep you out of the mix of serious situations like that. Avoid distracting teachers or students during instruction. We really try to protect our instructional time here at our school because we know direct instruction is when kids learn, part of the learning cycle. So, and you come into the classroom volunteering, kind of slip in quietly, avoid garnering attention from the teacher or from students. I know we love to talk and have good conversation, but if it's instructional time, we want to make sure the kids stay focused in their learning. Also, if you have younger children or preschoolers, we ask that you do not bring them with you to volunteering or chaperoning field trips. The field trips are designed specifically for the students, and it's supposed to be additional learning to some things that they've studied throughout the year. So please leave the preschoolers and other children at home or find a babysitter for them if you can. This is another real important thing. Only use appropriate touch. Touch is very important, but for your own protection and child's comfort, please limit yourself to pats on the back, high fives, handshakes. Avoid hugs unless it is your own family member. Also, don't ever pick children up, tickle them, horse playing around with them. That physical contact may be misunderstood by the child or by other people that are watching. Also, never be alone in a room with a child. And if a child needs help with clothing or in the bathroom, refer that need to a staff member or to the office. If you use some of the machines we have here at school, we can train you through the office, or maybe the teacher will give a short training, but usually the secretaries help out the most with training individuals on how to use some of our school machines. This is another very important thing. FERPA is the Family Education Rights and Privacy Act of 1974. It's been around for quite a while now, and it's just basically on the idea of confidentiality. While you're here volunteering with us or on chaperone and field trip, you may see some of the uniqueness of some of our children. And it could be maybe embarrassing for them or for some of the other kids. If you do witness something like this, please keep it confidential. Do not go back into the community and talk about these things, because we want to respect the privacy of our children and our families. If it was your child, you would want that privacy. If a child becomes ill or injury while they're under your direction, or like on a chaperone, please contact the teacher in charge, or if you're on school grounds, or some type of activity, the school office, principal, or secretary. We hope you remain on our team. We are always looking for ways to improve our schools, and you can help us there. If you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, please share them with us on this short quiz survey. You will see also nearby this video a link that takes you to a little short survey, and you will need your number from our database of what volunteer you are. You can obtain that number of the database from any school secretary. And we'd also encourage you to share the good things that are happening in Bronson schools. This community can be proud of their schools, and you can help spread the word about the great things happening here. So once again, we want to thank you from the bottom of our heart. There's many ways to say thanks, and we hope you continue to enjoy being a volunteer for us and helping us out with our students. Thank you.